In this video, I'll be ranking the top 10 players in the NBA right now. Now, I know this list will be controversial because I'm someone who thinks for myself without the influence of others. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of unpopular opinions, of course. So, that said, if you disagree with literally anything, just comment down below. I'll try to further explain my stance, or I'll debate with you if you'd like. But with that said, let's get into it. Starting off this list at number 10, we have LeBron James. Now, even in the year 22, LeBron continues to still be one of the very best offensive players in the NBA. He's currently averaging the 4th most assists in the league, and he's also top 14 in transition, isolation, and post scoring, which just speaks to how good he still is offensively. But in his older years, LeBron has been very inconsistent defensively, and that only seems to be getting worse as years goes by. As there's just too many times per game, LeBron just shows no effort on defense, which often leads to blow-bys, forced rotations, or easy transition buckets, which is a big reason the Lakers are statistically better without him defensively. Number 9, we have Kevin Durant. Now, before we go any further, I just want to point out that spots 9 and 10 were interchangeable between Kawhi Leonard, Stephen Curry, LeBron James, and obviously Kevin Durant. But with that said, I think KD is deserving of the spot as he's the most consistent scorer out of the names mentioned. And outside of Kawhi Leonard, whose spot is heavily affected by availability and just this season's play overall, he's very easily the best defender mentioned as he actually provides solid help defense and overall rim protection, which is more than we could say about the other two. But yeah, KD is still one of the best scorers in the league as he was 15 years ago. And 15 years later, that's the same exact sentiment. Number 8 on this list, we have Anthony Davis. Now, AD the last few years been finally playing like the AD that we've been accustomed to seeing throughout his NBA career. He's legitimately one of the very best defenders in NBA history as he's been a top rim protector in the league, and he's one of the most switchable and versatile bigs in the league. This season, guards are shooting just 39% on a solid volume when defended by Davis, and that's been a trend that's been going on throughout his whole NBA career. And it's really because AD is so good at understanding his length, and he has more than enough mobility to combine that to force tough mid-range shots whenever he switched on the guards. AD is also pretty solid to high-level offensive player in his own right as he's one of the best lob threats and rim finishers we've seen in a while. He's a walking 25 points on good efficiency when he's healthy, and he's proven he could be the best player in any series that he's in. Doesn't matter who he's going against. I just like to see more consistency out of him because we know when AD's locked in playoff mode and all that, he could easily be a top 3 to top 5 player in the league. Number 7, we have Victor Wembanyama. Now, but this is just recorded a few days after the unfortunate news about Wemby had dropped, so I just want to send my prayers out to him. But on the basketball side, Wemby's already very elite. Wemby's easily the best defender in the NBA, single-handedly changed the entire course of a defense. The Spurs are one of the worst defensive constructed teams in the league, and outside of Wemby, they have just 2 non-negative defenders on the whole roster, which are Jeremy Sohan and Stephon Castle. And yet somehow when on the court, Wemby makes his defense a solid enough unit. The Spurs rank 12th in defensive rating with Wemby on the floor, and that number drops to dead last in the NBA when he goes to the bench. There's just simply not enough things to say about his defense. He's very versatile, amazing in the pick and roll, and he has all-time great rim deterrence and protection. However, a big part of why Wemby is taking a superstar leap is on the offensive side of the ball. This year, Wemby's taking 9 threes a game, and on catch and shoots, he's shooting 38% on 6 of those a game, which is an amazing sign for the future of his offensive game. He's also getting more comfortable in the paint, shooting 81% from within 3 feet. Wemby has also settled down more and is starting to use his scoring gravity to find his teammates easy looks. I believe Wemby is the future of the NBA, and it's only a matter of time until he's number 1 on his list, but I just need to see a little more offensive consistency out of him and finding more ways to impact the game on offense when the shot isn't falling. But that will only get better with his age. Number 6 on this list, we have Joel Embiid. Now, Joel Embiid is one of the most dominant forces the NBA has ever seen. He's an elite two-way big who can score at all 3 levels. He can anchor a defense and completely take over games at both ends of the floor. You can compare Embiid's last 5 years to just about any big in NBA history, and you would not look dumb doing so. And if we're being honest, Embiid should be higher on this list, but since it's a 2025 list, I have to take into account him playing less than 60 games in the last 2 years combined. But when healthy, Embiid is in the final tier of NBA players. Number 5 on this list, we have Jayson Tatum. Now, the anomalies completely shut up all the haters this past season, showing that he can indeed be the lead dog on a title-winning team. Jayson Tatum, to me, is the most versatile player in the NBA, and I don't even think it's that close. Rather, it's putting pressure on the rim, shooting from 3 efficiently, finishing at the rim, guarding 1 through 5, or if it's just being an elite playmaker, Jayson Tatum legitimately does it all. That is also why the Celtics are able to look like a powerhouse year in and year out. During the finals run, the Celtics saw a ton of success, having Tatum play sort of like a help defense role in the sense it just allowed him to be a roamer off the ball and causing havoc on the help side, especially on pick and rolls. This is why the Celtics were one of the best defenses all postseason, and you can only do this if you have someone who has the IQ, the size, athleticism, and the defensive instincts of a Jayson Tatum. But unfortunately, very few people have those abilities. At number 4 on this list, we have Luka Doncic. Now, Luka is simply a generational player and one of the most complete offensive players in NBA history. At just 25 years old, Luka is already one of the best scorers and playmakers in recent memory. He scores on all 3 levels extremely well, and he can post with smaller guys and ice on just about anyone. His playmaking is somehow just good, if not better, as he's capable of making every pass in the book, and with the same scoring gravity that he has, he makes plays happen rather effortlessly. The last 5 years for Luka has been all first-team All-NBA appearances, and there's a reason that since his second season in the NBA, his offenses were in the top 10 every year with the exception of one, and most of these seasons came when he had pretty minimal offensive talent around him. Number 3, we have Nikola Jokic. Now, I'm fully aware of the reaction I'll get for having the Joker this low, but I'll explain further in a minute. Jokic is, in my opinion, probably the best offensive big man of all time. Along with Joel Embiid, he has been the best postseason in the NBA a little less than a decade. He has the best touch around the rim I've ever seen, and he's a generational passer. Yet Joker's basketball IQ, leadership, and ridiculous amount of pressure he puts on defenses makes his teammates significantly better, as we've seen it with KCP, Bruce Brown, and even right now with Russell Westbrook. Jokic is a basketball anomaly. However, his defense is the reason I have him lower than most. Amongst basketball fans, we kind of pretend like defense is a thing of the past or that doesn't add value, when in reality that's just not the case. As much as there's been a narrative that Jokic is a neutral, even positive defender, or that he's even improving on defensive end, that's also false as well. Jokic is a bottom 3 rim protector in the league, and that's been consistent since he entered the NBA. There's a lot of time Jokic makes poor defensive reads, which ruins the flow of the defense, and in general, he's not great in the pick and roll either. So if you're a center, you can't protect the rim, where you don't even attempt or block the shot, you aren't switchable, and you aren't great in the pick and roll, you're objectively a terrible defender, and no amount of deflections, defensive communication, or agenda push will change that. There's a reason in the playoffs where teams actually target guys more often. Denver's better when Jokic is on the bench in those games. Just like there's a reason why so many guards have had their best series of their career going against the Nuggets. With that said, Jokic is an all-time great. If you want to put him 1, I won't complain. I personally just value defense, especially for my center. Number 2 on this list, we have Giannis Antetokounmpo. If there's one player in the NBA who embodies dominance on both ends, it's Giannis. Since breaking out as a superstar, he's been the most physically imposing force in basketball, and literally year after year, he plays at an MVP level. Giannis just puts unreal pressure on defenses with an unmatched combination of size, speed, explosiveness, and overall power. You can make an argument that Giannis is the greatest slasher of all time and the greatest transition player in the league history. And he's improved his mid-range game significantly, as he's one of the best mid-range shooters in the league today, which is very scary. And he's also one of the most versatile and impactful defenders in basketball. He can protect the rim, guard multiple positions, and cover just an insane amount of ground. Whether it's help side rotations, weak side shot blocking, Giannis is simply everywhere. And outside of 3-point shooting and free throw shooting, Giannis is pretty much a perfect basketball player. Now, just like I said with Joker at number 3, you can argue Jokic, Giannis, or the guy at number 1 could be number 1. Like, there's literally, I wouldn't even fight you. Like, any of those 3 dudes would be the best player in the league in a lot of different eras of basketball. And right now, you can argue they're both all 3 number 1. So yeah. And number 1 on this list, we have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. When you watch Shai, you're watching a less athletic version of Michael Jordan with better shooting and handles. Shai currently has the highest net rating since it started getting tracked in 1997, and he's by far the biggest reason the OKC Thunder are on a historically great pace. The Thunder are rather limited offensively, as most of this season their third option was Aaron Wiggins, who's averaging just 11 points a game, and yet the Thunder have been a top 5 offense in the league, all because of Shai. Shai is scoring at a similar level to a prime Michael Jordan. He's averaging 32 points a game and is shooting a staggering 7% above league average in true shooting percentage. Shai is currently a 3-level scorer with a special gift for making difficult shots. He's also really good at creating open looks for his teammates due to his ability to put incredible pressure on defenses, and he's great at making the right play. Defensively, Shai is also an all-defensive level defender, and he's a big reason OKC is currently a legendary defense. He currently has the 3rd most steals plus blocks in the league, and he uses his impressive length to be a menace off the ball, getting many deflections and helping out weak side, and just protect the rim overall. I think Shai is easily the best scorer in the NBA, a top 15 playmaker in the NBA, and is a clear all-defensive team level defender. You add all this up, you have a guy who's worthy of being number 1. Shai is not only, in my opinion, the best player in the league, but I think you'd be hard-pressed to find 15 or 20 guys in NBA history who are better than Shai is right now. Now, with that said, thanks for watching this video, and if you disagree with literally anything like I said in the beginning of the video, comment down below. I'll debate with you. I respond to every comment, or I'll try to, again, further explain my stance. But yeah, I appreciate everyone for watching this video.